The following broadcast is intended for mature audiences. These are real people sharing very real, deeply personal experiences. This content may be considered triggering for others and for those who are sharing. The chat room is a privilege intended for discussions and sharing. You are not being asked to agree, but you are being asked to stay civil and refrain from personal attacks. Listener discretion is advised. Alright, welcome back to Am I Mental? A weekly live podcast where we share real stories from real people who are suffering with or dealing with mental health issues or things that impact their mental health. I am your host, E, and with us, as always, is our co-host, Bexy.
Hello, everyone.
And our new co-host, you may remember her from last week, C. Go ahead and say hi.
Hello.
And this time we have a better microphone.
Hello.
Yeah, I didn't go and do the... You know what? Let me see if I can blast a few people to get them in here. Yeah, so we got flaked on, so we don't have a guest. We tried reaching out for some emergency guests. It didn't get any. And because it is April Fool's Day, I guess we're going to go ahead and do a little intro with C, see how she's feeling about being part of the podcast, as opposed to being the guest, actually being like a weekly part of this. I mean, honestly, you're the first person to hit the full 3 hours. It was an amazing 3 hours. It really didn't feel like it was 3 hours.
No,
It didn't feel like that at all.
No, I even
Not at all.
I re-listened to the episode and it still felt like it was maybe an hour. It was crazy.
It flew by so fast.
It really did. So yeah, now, you know, and there's just like the chemistry was great. At least now you have a better microphone, and you can hear the carburetors in the background, maybe. So, how do you feel about being a part of this more than just being a guest?
I'm very excited. Very excited. You know, it's not something I ever imagined myself doing because I don't know. I'm not very good with talking sometimes, but yeah, it's not something I imagined myself doing, but I'm really happy I'm doing it. I've got something to look forward to every week, something that I really enjoy.
I told you that we're going to help you. I figured this is a good way to keep tabs on you.
Yes, that's true. And plus, you know, this is a good way for you to get used to maybe speaking up a little more.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, you don't have to worry about, you know, about what you say. You're free to say whatever you feel like saying on this show, as like all of our guests are as well.
Yeah, and if you feel like dropping the F-bomb, you know, sorry, Mom, but fuckity fuck. There.
She doesn't care. I curse all the time at home.
Motherfuck. Sorry, I just had Jay and Silent Bob moment.
Yes, you did. Jay and Silent Bob are the shit.
Oh my god, I know. I love Kevin Smith.
Please.
That is a man I would love to talk to.
No kidding. And honestly, I would like to just sit down and get to know the guy that plays Jay. His life has not been easy, and he's definitely someone.
It has not.
Yeah. I would love to talk to him. I'd love to just chew his ear off. So tell me, have you seen any Jay and Silent Bob movies?
I have not.
Oh, you're missing out.
You are so missing out. My favorite one is Dogma.
Dogma is so good. And even though Clerks 2, it is good to watch Clerks beforehand. It's not required. It's one of those, it's good if you do. But yeah, you don't have to because Clerks 2 stands on its own. And it is amazing.
I mean, there are some amazing movies by Kevin Smith.
Right. I love the fact that on Dogma, that they actually got, God damn it, what's his face? I could see them clear as day. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. To actually just be goofs. You know.
Oh, they were so amazingly funny.
Right, and it was like, you know, at the time, you didn't really think of them as goofs because at that time they were just brand new in the movie scene for the most part because of, like, you know, Good Will Hunting and a couple other, like, serious things. And then they actually had some really good comedic chops. So, if you're next to the sea, there's seagulls. How come when they're next to the bay, they're still seagulls?
Well, they should be bagels, but...
Yeah.
Yes, they should be bagels.
Did you hear about the cheese factory that exploded in France?
There's nothing left but debris.
Left but debris. Yeah.
I love that one. So last night, my dad actually did one of the dad jokes I did back in July.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, prove it. So I went and found it and proved it. He's like, well, I told it better anyway. Whatever.
You know, as a scarecrow, people say I'm outstanding in my field. But hey, it's in my genes.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I've got one. How many perverts does it take to put in a light bulb? Only one, but it takes a whole emergency room to get it out.
Oh, God. I've never heard that
good.
one before. That's amazing.
Okay, here we go. George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Matthew McConaughey get together to make a movie. Clooney says, I'll direct. DiCaprio says, I'll act. McConaughey says, all right, all right, all right.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Sorry, I love corny jokes. I can't help it.
So do I. Like, seriously.
Corny jokes are good jokes.
If it makes you groan, it's a good joke. That's how you can tell that a normal joke becomes a dad joke, because it's all grown up.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anybody out there?
Hello, people.
Yeah, I didn't expect... I mean, I didn't put out the blast. I just went and blasted people, but, you know, whatever. We may get a few people to come in. Oh, you know what? We got to get... See if we can get D in here. We had 2 different people that went with D. He's usually in our chat, though. This one. Like, all the time.
Yeah, Devern is going to be late, he says, so...
Dude, that...
He's getting parts to fix his computer.
Ah, okay. So, okay, well, let's go with a dirty joke here, or a little dirtier. What's the hardest part about eating vegetables? Manipulating the wheelchair. Boy, anybody that listens to this episode, they're going to be like, what is up with these people? I thought they were cool.
Oh my gosh.
We've been left on our own, and we don't have anybody in chat, so yeah.
This is going to be the, yeah.
Boy, the challenge is here. The struggle is real. Let's see here. What else have we got for jokes? Dear Lord, we have enough of them.
What's the difference between being kinky and perverted?
Using a feather and using the whole chicken.
Yes.
Uh-oh, here we go. Go for it, C.
Hold on, I'm looking, but it's not helping me. Reddit, you know what to do.
My wife asked if our kids were spoiled. I told her no. I think most kids smell that way.
That's a good one.
An old woman walked into a dentist's office, took off all their clothes, and spread her legs. The dentist said, "I think you have the wrong room. You put in my husband's teeth last week," she replied. "Now you have to remove them."
Oh, hey, Brandy made it.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, we don't have a guest, so we're just sharing jokes. All right, see, you got a joke? Which is appropriate for an April Fool's Day.
Do.
Go for it.
My girlfriend told me... Yes. My girlfriend told me, sex is much better on holiday. That wasn't a very nice postcard to receive.
Oh. Yeah, I adopted my dog from a blacksmith. As soon as we got home, he made a bolt for the door.
A penguin takes his car to the shop, and the mechanic says it'll take him about an hour for him to check it. While he waits, the penguin goes to an ice cream shop and orders a big sundae to pass the time. The penguin isn't the neatest eater, and he ends up covered in melted ice cream. When he returns to the shop, the mechanic takes one look at him and says, "Looks like you blew a seal." No, the penguin insists, "It's just ice cream."
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Love that one. Okay, one of my favorites of all time. How many flies does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know how many.
2, but I have no idea how they got in there.
Yeah?
How many Californians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know.
Many.
Californians don't screw in light bulbs, they screw in hot tubs.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to find one, but they're...
Oh.
Yeah, it sucks when you find a source of jokes and it's like, most of them are just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, there's no good one.
I told my son to go find out what nada means in English. He came back with nothing. God damn it! Why did Dwayne Johnson's family have to get tested for COVID?
They couldn't smell what The Rock was cooking?
Yep!
I got one.
One
man's trash is another man's treasure is a great saying, but it's a horrible way to find out you were adopted.
Yes! Yes! I love that one!
It's great.
Alright, so this is a little bit of a longer one. It's one of my favorites of all time. This guy's going over to meet his fiance's parents for the first time. On his way there, he develops a little bit of a how would we put it? Intestinal distress. And he's farting the whole ride there. He gets to the house, and they're foul. And he gets to the house, and he lets one more fly before ringing the doorbell. Waits a little bit for it to air out, rings the doorbell. His fiancée greets him at the door, gives him a great big hug and a kiss, and then introduces to the parents. And the parents, are polite, and they ask him to join him for dinner. So they all go and sit at the table, and they start eating dinner. And then he feels that rumbly down in his tumbly. And he's like, maybe if I just kind of lift the cheek a little bit and try to eep it out, maybe nobody will notice. So he leans over a little bit and comes out a little... And his future mother-in-law, leans over the table and yells, "Spot!" And he looks down and sees that the family dog's laying right next to him. He's like, oh, thank God they're blaming the dog. He's like, well, that wasn't enough. I still have a little bit left. So he tries to lift up a little bit again and tries to sneak it out, and it comes out all... The mother leans over again and goes, "Spot!" He's like, oh, this is great. Just a little bit more and I'll be done. And I should be good for the rest of the night. So he lifts up a little bit and just... And then the mom leans over and goes, "Spot! Get over here before he shits on you!"
That's good.
Did you know that Bigfoot is often confused for Sasquatch? Yet he never lets it get him down.
Ah, da 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 da. What do you call an Italian genie?
I don't know. What do you call them?
A vet the genie.
Yeah. I've got one. My wife and I were taking a shower together and she dropped the soap. Now she's all butthurt about it.
Oh. Oh, that's awesome. As I got out of the 11th floor, the elevator operator said, "Have a good day, son." I said, "Don't call me son. You're not my dad." And just before the door closes, he looks me in the eye and said, "I brought you up, didn't I?"
True. True.
A blind guy walked into a bar, and then a chair, and then a table.
Oh, man. So good.
This one's so bad. Oh my god, this one's so bad. Do you know how to get a farm girl to like you?
How?
A tractor.
Well, there's a whole series of country songs about that, so.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those country girls do love their tractors, it seems.
Yeah. Oh god. Brandy just tossed one in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
It's so dumb. I love it.
Okay. Why did the cookie go to the doctor? He felt crummy.
Two hats were on a hat rack having a chat. "You stay here," one said. "I'll go on ahead." Yeah, see, so bad it took a while.
My friend said that if he went off a cliff, it would be on his own accord. It's a good thing he drives a Civic.
Ah. No one will listen to Whitesnake with me. So here I go again on my own.
Oh my gosh. You don't know how bad I want to bust into song right now.
All right, you got one, C?
I'm looking.
I saw a microbiologist today. I was shocked. He was a lot bigger than I expected. God, that was so bad. People are going to listen to this episode and be like, seriously, they're going to be like, what the hell? Just jokes? Yeah?
Yeah.
We don't have a guest
God.
and we're bored. So, yeah.
You know?
And it's April Fool's Day, so yeah.
Well, I could talk a little bit about my favorite novel. It's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love a protagonist with a twisted backstory.
Oh, God. Man, I have some really offensive jokes right now that I don't think would be appropriate for this podcast. Another podcast? Sure. This one?
Right.
No.
That is my issue. I am trying really, really hard not to bust out some of my favorite jokes that are just horribly bad. Like bad dirty.
Right. Or just distasteful, too dark.
Yes, that too.
I've given up asking rhetorical questions. What's the point?
I hate double standards. Burn a body at a crematorium and you're being a respectful friend. Do it at home and you're destroying the evidence.
I love that one.
I've got a stupid one.
All right.
My mattress has a real attitude problem. I have a Tempur-Pedic.
Oh, God damn it. All right, ready? Oh, God damn, what was that? Never mind. I forgot the name of the particle that I was thinking of. That particle that's supposed to... that's right. So the tachyon particle leaves the bar. The bartender yells, "We don't serve your kind here!" A tachyon particle enters a bar.
Oh my god, this one's bad. I took my mother-in-law out yesterday morning. Being a sniper is awesome.
Oh, Jesus!
That one's good. I love it.
And we have Lacey on listening in the chat. Yeah, Lacey, you actually came on a really weird day. We don't have a guest. We do have a brand new co-host. And it's April Fool's Day, so we decided to just tell jokes for the day. Unless you want to be a guest, by all means, yeah, we'll add you on. Be nice to have a guest.
Right?
Yeah.
Helium walks into a bar. The bartender yells, "We don't serve your kind in here!" Helium doesn't react. Oh, this
Decapitated. Oh, go ahead.
Go for it. Because mine's going to be
Okay.
pretty long here.
Decapitated head fell on me today. It looked really similar to mine. I immediately started screaming. I may have gotten ahead of myself.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
All right, so this was like a whole series of just bad jokes. We grew up so poor, I drank Nurse Pepper. She was an LPN. We had a don't bother checking account. My first pet had 3 legs, and it was a centipede. Mom had 1 bra, and it was a lease. For breakfast, we ate Lieutenant Crunch. My first spoon was monogrammed, though. It said 1/4 teaspoon. We were too poor to say awesome. We had to say off you. We sat at the campfire and made slesses. My pillow only had 1 side. Repossession was 9/10 of the law. 5 kids had to share 1 shoelace, and instead of toenails, we grew up toe staples. Our Scotch tape was Scott Irish. And my first shower came with the sound effects and a light show. 1 year Santa had to bring stockings. The next year he filled them with nooses.
Wow.
I did have a jump rope with a rattle on the end and fags on the other. Other kids hunted eggs for Easter. We just died. And Lacey's dropping one of my favorite jokes in chat right now. One of the best ever.
Oh. What kind of bees make milk?
I love this joke.
Me too.
I
I already
C?
know the answer.
Do you know the answer, C? What kind of bees make milk?
No, I don't.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
What type of bees make milk?
Boobies.
Yes. That is true.
While I was out shopping today, I tripped in the store and a woman saw this and wouldn't stop staring. So I just smiled at her and said, "Sorry, it's been a while since I possessed a body." She looked horrified.
I am so using that in the future. To error is human. To R is pirate.
Pessimist sees a dark tunnel. An optimist sees the light at the end of the tunnel. A realist sees a freight train. The driver sees 3 idiots standing in the way of his train.
Why can't orphans play baseball?
They don't know
They
where
don't have home
Where
base.
home is? They don't know where home is.
Why did the bicycle keep falling over?
I don't know.
It was too tired.
My therapist told me that time heals all wounds, so I stabbed him. Now we wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. See, have you ever been to a therapist?
Have I ever been to a therapist?
Yeah, this is not a joke. Actually, it's a serious question.
Yes, I have. I've been to multiple before.
That's right. I think we did talk about that. Any that have worked for you, though?
This one right now has worked for me. The ones in the past, they've been okay. Just okay.
Yeah, that actually is the story of my experience with therapists, too. Yeah. Sometimes you'll get one that it's like good for a little while, and then it's just like something changes. And
Yeah.
it's weird. I've had that happen a couple of times. One of them, I found out they were full-blown anti-vaxxer, and I kind of had a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see why.
Oh, God. If two vegans get into a fight, is it still considered a beef? Of course, one of my favorites. It's totally an anti-joke, and I love anti-jokes. Why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
I don't know.
It was dead.
Why?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, this is.
Anti-
Oh. Oh man, this is so wrong.
Okay, you guys figure out who goes first here.
Oh, I was gonna say, suicide is wrong, but if you jump off a bridge and yell parkour, it's a failed stunt.
Oh my God!
I know.
You know, and for this podcast,
please, anybody listening, please do not do that.
Yeah. Please don't.
Well,
Please.
if you've ever been truly suicidal, you will find the humor in that for sure. For absolute sure. And you'll probably picture yourself jumping off saying it, but you probably would never do it.
Right?
Or like, do a flip.
Right? The most surprising thing was, he did. I actually saw that on it was a Sesame Street meme, where Ernie was yelling, do a flip, and Bert was mad because Ernie yelled it. Ernie was surprised because he did it.
Yes.
How do you stop a rhino from charging?
Take away its credit card.
And we're going to modernize. This is a modernized version that an 11-year-old answered and absolutely won. You unplug him.
Okay.
You know what? That's not the original punchline, but it works. It freaking works.
It works.
It does work. You know, I have to say, to the man in the wheelchair that stole my camouflage jacket, you can hide, but you can't run.
Doctor, sorry, sir. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, you have one, C?
Yeah. Doctor, sorry, sir, but your body has run out of magnesium. Me. OMG.
Oh. Oh, that's a good one. It took me a second there. By the way, there's no more Suez Canal jokes. That ship has sailed. But in all seriousness, could you imagine being the captain of that ship? The rod that controls the rudder snaps. You literally have no control over the ship. You can shut down the engines. You can try reversing the engines, but that canal is going to keep flowing based on the tides. You have no control, and you're going to get wedged. And now, the entire freaking world hates you because they blame you for the ship being stuck, blocking, what is it, about a third of the world's trade? It wasn't his fault! He's not the maintenance guy!
Yeah. Poor man. He's trying to do his job.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh, did I tell you guys that I got kicked out of the police academy? I kept writing "Who's that Pokemon" next to all the chalk outlines.
Jesus Christ.
That's so good.
This one's so bad. What do they call eating ass in Hawaii?
What do they call it?
I don't know.
A Pacific Rim.
Oh.
Why did the police officer put the cranky baby in jail?
Why?
For resisting arrest. And man, cranky babies not... I mean, they can be pretty bad. But the cranky toddlers? Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They're, yeah, you just kind of... For me, at least, I just kind of take a step back. Because they're not mine. And I just kind of leave.
Man, I have I have 2 grandchildren. I'm actually going to go see my older grandchild in July. We're taking a trip, so if we're doing podcasts at that time, you guys are going to have to cover because I'm going to go see a grandbaby. But yeah,
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, so far my son, when the grandkid starts getting a little too cranky and he knows that I'm not working, he's like, "You want some company?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring the baby." Then I'm always like, "So you guys want to go have some adult time? I got the baby." I wrote a book about basements. It's on the bestsellers list.
Why are priests called father?
Why?
Because it's too suspicious to call them daddy.
Jesus.
Did you hear about the 2 melons in love? They want to run away together, but unfortunately, they can't they cantaloupe. I ruined that one.
Yeah. Let us try tomorrow.
What was Stephen Hawking's last words?
The window shutdown sound.
Yeah, the Windows XP lockout.
So we got 4 in the chat now, and I'm asking both 4 and Lacey if they want to come on and be guests to save everybody from all these jokes. I mean, we're over a half hour in, and it's just been jokes.
Nothing but jokes.
Damn near.
So many jokes. And I'm looking for more.
My best friend was really proud of his heritage until he found out that his great-grandfather was from Transylvania. Now he can't even look at himself in the mirror. All right, 4 wants to join and be a guest.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Right.
All right, let me go ahead and get him an invite.
That's awesome. Now we can put these funny jokes out of their misery.
Unless, of course, he chose it just to joke with us, which would still be freaking cool.
Yeah, it would be.
So, let's see here. Come on. Hey, there he is.
Oh.
All right, 4, check your Facebook Messenger. You got yourself an invite.
Oh, I just read a really cringy joke.
You're really muffled.
Oh, I said I just read a really cringy joke.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, how do you embarrass an archaeologist?
How?
How?
You give him a tampon and ask him what period it's from.
Oh.
I told you it was bad.
You know what? I was just invited to the drummers convention. You could count me in.
2, 3, 4.
1.
What kind of exercise do lazy people do? Diddly squats.
Oh no, see, I've invented a new exercise. It's a cross between a lunge and a crunch. I call it lunch.
Yep, and 4 has been a guest. He actually was a guest, I think it was first season, kind of early on.
I think so.
This is from 4. Alrighty then. What other stupid jokes do I have? While we wait for 4. It'd be nice to actually have something to talk about other than the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The first time I bought a Universal Remote, I said to myself, this changes everything.
What's a perfect example of poor management?
What?
A prostitute getting pregnant.
Ooh. A guy tried to blow up a bus, but he burnt his lips on the exhaust pipe.
Oh.
All right.
Guy walks into an optometrist office and says, "Eye doctor?" Doctor says, "Oh, what a coincidence. What a coincidence. Eye doctor too."
I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger eating an Easter egg. I said to him, Arnie, what's your favorite holiday of the year? He replied, have to love Easter, baby. What's the worst part about eating duck?
What?
The bill.
Looking. How programmers and cats are alike. They both can sit in the same position for a long time and get really excited when they find a bug.
Having done programming, I agree. I could yeah. All right, he's got the invite. He just hasn't done Zoom before, apparently. And that's cool. He's one of the lucky ones.
Yeah. Very lucky.
This one's actually better told by a woman, but it says, "I want to do some more exercise after listening to Queen. I want to ride a bicycle."
Yes. Yes. Looking for something.
You know, I love how in horror movies the person will always call out hello as if the psycho is going to answer, "Hey, what's up? I'm in the kitchen. Want a sandwich?"
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
All you're doing is you're exposing your location.
Oh.
Gonna find you even easier now.
Why did the toilet paper roll go down the hill?
Why?
It wanted to get to the bottom. My daughter always asks. Oh, go for it.
Oh, what do you call a hen staring at a bowl of shredded lettuce? Chicken sees a salad.
My daughter always asks me why. I keep telling her it's the 25th letter of the alphabet. Oh my god. Do you know why dogs... sorry, did you know that dogs communicate with each other by marking their territory? So when they sniff and mark the same places every day, they're just checking their and responding to their pee mail. One canyon is pretty, but two canyons are gorgeous.
Wait, what? What? I'm trying to look for jokes.
Yeah, one canyon is pretty, but two are gorgeous.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, and we got 4 on here. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Fantastic. Welcome back.
Hello.
You are our second repeat guest that's not a host on the show. So, what up?
Not much, bro.
Anything you wanted to talk about tonight?
What do you want to talk about, bro?
I don't know. How's your mental health been lately?
Pretty good, actually.
That's awesome.
I bet that neck surgery helped a lot.
Yeah, it did. Big time.
So last time you were on, our co-host was KZ. KZ still hasn't come back full time. I don't know if he's going to. His life's pretty busy. So now we have Bexy and we have C.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So yeah, originally the idea kind of was to bring on Bexy to come along with KZ, so that way we'd have a female voice and a female perspective. And now we have C, so we have a youth perspective. And of course I'm here, so we have the old farts perspective. So yeah.
Yeah, we're old farts.
Of course you're older than me, but hey, who's counting?
I'm not that much younger than you.
Yeah, so you want to tell us a little bit about, like, maybe, you know, like the spinal condition that you, or the conditions that you have and where you've been and how it's...
God, where do you want me to start?
Because, I mean, when we first met, you were just about as wild as I was at karaoke. Very physical, God, yeah. Very hopping, jumping around, doing power slides on your... You did the power slides on your... I never really did. And yeah,
I got down on my fucking knees a few times too.
Yeah, I know. That's how you got your requests in. Anyway, but yeah. So I mean, how did your back issues like affect you, having gone from being that kind of athletic and energetic person to? I mean, my God, you could barely move.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to move around right now. I mean, you have no idea how much pain I'm in at some points in the day. I can't stand up in the kitchen and do dishes for 5 minutes without my back just screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine.
I'm not very active at all. I mean, the only time I get out is, you know, go to the grocery store, pick up Dean's medications. I mean, that's it. I only go out when I have to. So, you know, this COVID quarantine, that was no big deal for me, dude.
You're
not at all.
You're like, I'm already home, now all the other assholes have to join me.
I'm at a year-long quarantine, buddy.
Yeah, so, like, don't you have to have, like, a fusion or something, too?
Yeah, I had a double fusion on my neck and a single fusion on my spine.
Like what vertebrae?
C5, C6, C7 is the double, and L5S1 is a single. I have to go in for more back surgeries because my lower back is getting even more screwed up.
And for those listening, if I remember correctly, you have a degenerative disc condition.
Yeah, in my neck and my lower back, and it's starting to degenerate in my T-spine.
The thoracic.
Oh my goodness.
Ah,
That's
God.
probably like somewhere around T6, T7, and T8.
Dude, I feel so bad for you for this. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
life for me now. It's my life now. Totally.
I get that. I mean, I have to deal with chronic pain issues too. So
It's
it's
pretty terrible.
it is, but I mean, you adjust to it, which is the sad thing.
Yeah.
well, I mean, you kind of have to.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you can give up or
Yeah.
you can adjust and deal with it the best way you know how.
Yep.
So, are you familiar with spoon theory?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Go for it, Bexy.
No.
This is your area of expertise.
Yeah, this is okay. So, spoon theory is a really inventive way that someone came up with to explain what people who have chronic pain and chronic illnesses go through every day. And people don't realize how badly it can sap your energy level. So you start each day with about 12 spoons. And when you wake up, everything you do costs you a spoon. Getting up out of bed costs you a spoon. Taking a shower may cost you two. And as you go on through the day, every time you do something, you lose a spoon until you get to the end of the day and you have no spoons left.
Eric, I'm loading up my laptop. I'm going to bring this meeting on laptop.
All right.
And
Cool.
so
Gotcha.
basically, yeah, it's just a way to explain how people with chronic illness can deal when people are like, "Well, you haven't really done anything. You shouldn't be this tired." People don't get it. I don't think the tired ever goes away.
Yeah.
No.
You may have gone through your 12 spoons before noon.
Yeah.
And you may be borrowing spoons from tomorrow at that point.
I've done that a lot to my detriment.
How many spoons do you have left today, Bexy?
I'm lucky if I have two left right now.
How about you, 4?
Explain to me what that is again. I was busy messing with the computer, going from the computer.
Well, the audio got
Okay.
better, I'll say that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, spoon theory says that you start each day with a set number of spoons. You wake up in the morning and you have 12.
Okay.
And everything you do through the day costs you a spoon or two, depending on how much energy and time you have to devote to it. Through my day today, I am down to about 2 right now. I'll be lucky if by the time this podcast ends, I'm going to be completely wiped out. And that's why I often, people can't see me unless they're the guest, but I usually do the podcast from my bed because by the time it's time here in Texas where I am, it's like 8:00 at night and I'm wiped out.
That's crazy.
So, about how...
I might be down to like 4.
Wow.
Yeah, you learn a lot in this podcast, don't you, see?
Yeah. My own mother has some issues with pain. She had to get a lot of surgeries because of it. And so she can't even walk that far either. She can't run. So I understand in a way, but not, to the extent.
Right? You understand as someone that lives with someone that has chronic pain.
Yeah.
Like my dad, he was working at a lumber mill, and I don't remember exactly where he got hit, but he got hit by a wet board in his back and fractured a vertebrae. Even though it healed fine, his body still, to this day, and this is like not over 20 years later.
Tell you what, the cannabis really helps though.
What does?
If you don't take cannabis and you have pain,
Yes.
take that cannabis. I'm taking a 40 to 1 ratio of CBD to THC. Oh my God, I'm in heaven when I go to sleep.
Yeah, my dad actually has a CBD, like a wax that he rubs into his back.
Yeah.
And it helps. It's not like a miracle cure, but it helps, he said. But yeah, he got whacked by a green board, which, if you know anything about wood, when it's green, that means it's wet, and when it's wet, it's heavy. And he got whacked in the back, fractured a vertebrae. He's been in pain for most of the time since. He had this. They actually finally figured out which nerves were involved, and they did ablation, which helped a lot. Which ablation is basically they just go in and they burn the nerve to death.
Oh wow.
Oh.
If it's dead, it doesn't trigger pain anymore.
Yeah. So who has gotten and who is going to get the COVID vaccine?
I have not got it yet, but I am scheduled for when it becomes available. I'll get a notice.
Got my first one today. Team Moderna, baby.
I am extremely anxious about that because
I had it like 5 hours ago. 6 hours ago now, and I'm suffering no side effects. None.
Is yours a 2-shot or a 1-shot?
2.
The second one's always worse. That's what I've been
Then
told.
I might get a very, very, very sore arm because after I had just gotten it, I started working my arm out a little bit. I might have a tiny little bit amount of a sore arm. I put some icy hot on it with some lidocaine, and I'm not feeling anything right now.
well, I had COVID back in November,
Oh,
and I was sick for almost a month,
oh shit.
where I couldn't even get out of bed.
Oh wow.
I think the only positive side effect was I probably dropped about 30 pounds.
So are you suffering long haulers?
So I'm nervous about the COVID vaccine because I have an autoimmune disease, and I have done a lot of reading, and people with autoimmune diseases often have a different set of reactions to the vaccine than just regular people. So I'm kind of holding off a little bit on mine.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Well, from what I've heard, from what I've been listening to on the news, a lot of the people who have had COVID or are suffering from long haulers have actually had better symptoms, which means their long hauler symptoms have actually been improving. So you may or may not. Don't know.
Yeah. I totally got distracted by the puppy.
So, in case you guys were wondering, long haulers are people who have not fully recovered from COVID-19 weeks or even months after experiencing symptoms. Some long haulers experience continuous symptoms for weeks or months, while others feel better for weeks, then relapse with old or new symptoms. The constellation of symptoms long haulers experience, sometimes called post-COVID-19 syndrome or post-acute sequel of SARS-CoV-2 infection, shortened down to PASC, P-A-S-C, is not unique to this infection. Other infections such as Lyme disease can cause similar long-lasting symptoms.
I had, most people that I know that have gotten COVID have recovered within a week or so from it and started feeling better. 10, 12 days at max. I was down really, really, really bad for a total of 22 days where I couldn't even get out of the bed. And then for another couple weeks after that, feeling just really kind of run down and nasty.
Damn.
And we have May in the chat. Porch Drunkies!
What's up, girl?
Yeah, I let her know that she missed about 40 minutes of jokes because we didn't have a guest, and then 4 came to the rescue.
How do I book
Yeah.
the chat?
I mean, if you really want to check out the chat, you can always just go to the episode like you were before. Just if you answer any of the questions, make sure to read them out loud, because that was one of the mistakes I made on my first episode, is I didn't read out the questions.
Oops.
So, C, how about you? Going for the vaccine?
My mom is making me and my dad an appointment. She tried today, but they didn't call her back. So whenever I can, I will.
Good.
Cool.
The Rite Aid here in town has the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
And that's a one-shot one, if I remember correctly.
Yep, it's a one shot.
Yeah, it is.
And you don't have to keep it in a freezer like you do the rest of them.
Right.
You can stick it in a refrigerator.
And there's also now, I think that one's also approved for even like children too.
Yes.
Whereas the other ones, like the Pfizer and that, and the Moderna, that's 2 shots.
The Moderna is only approved for the older population.
Yep, 18 and above.
Yep.
Kind of funny how Johnson & Johnson's the one that wound up being child friendly. It's kind of what they do, right?
Right.
That tearless baby shampoo.
That stuff's amazing.
Isn't it though?
I've got some in my eyes before, and it's like I really didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
No, what's amazing when you have little ones is that Johnson & Johnson's lavender baby wash to give them a bath with at night.
Love it!
Those children out.
Yes, it does. Another one that was really awesome that they don't really have anymore was they had a medicated bubble one, which was like eucalyptus and like mentholatum in the bubbles. So like if your kid had like a really nasty cold, you give up a bubble bath with this stuff, and it would just clear. I mean, oh my god, the amount of snot that came out though. I'm sure that's why it's not on the market anymore, is that it scared parents, but it worked. And May just mentioned something about, ironically, about the COVID vaccine. I'm not quite sure what. Was it that the Johnson & Johnson's one shot and kid friendly? Because, like, seriously, it's almost comical that happened that way. I mean, it's awesome, but it's also kind of comical, considering Johnson & Johnson's reputation.
Definitely.
I will say that baby wash even works for, it even works on a dog. I give Adam a bath he goes to bed.
Yeah.
If he's too wound up, I'm like, come here, boy.
Hey, it's bath time. Here's some lavender bubbles.
Tiny bubbles in my beer.
Man, I wish you guys could have seen 4 in action during karaoke. It was funny because, like, he and I, we never had an issue with following each other. If I had to follow him, so what? If you had to follow me, so what? So many people were scared to follow either one of us.
Yep. Like, how the fuck am I gonna better that?
That's not the point of karaoke. You're not trying to better the people that went before you.
Come on, but that's the point.
Well, I mean,
another person sings your song, you're like, I could do way better than that, or that guy sucks.
Yeah, I hated it when someone else would do one of my songs. It was even worse when the KJ, who knew it was one of my regular songs, would do the song while I was there. I had that happen before that.
And then some KJs don't do the song twice.
Right.
They're like, if someone else did it, oh, dude, shit, you're out of luck. We already did it.
Right. It's like, if I was running it and someone did it like early in the night and someone came up late in the night, sure, why not? But if it was like twice at the same hour,
Nah.
But if it was like twice in a night, we had like 4 hours of separation.
Last time I did karaoke was a couple of years ago, I think.
I've only done karaoke once since the last time we went together.
Oh my god.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
I have to come to Cali and karaoke with you.
Yeah, they have one or two bars here in town that does it. You got to come up and visit, son.
I do. And May, man, I miss karaoke so bad.
Oh, we will go do it if you come.
Oh, definitely.
If not twice.
Yeah, May and her husband Tommy, which just came on. Most people don't. Tommy's last name just said most people don't do Rocky Horror, so I'm usually safe. Tommy's the guy that could do the Crash Test Dummy song like nobody's business. Like, he's got that depth with his voice to be able to do that. Well.
I like doing Sad But True by Metallica. I'm pretty good at that
song.
Oh, I love Metallica.
Meanwhile, C's like, I ain't done no karaoke.
The only time karaoke I've done is with a machine at my niece's house in her room, so that's about it.
I'll tell you this right now. You come out to my area once things open up, I'll take you to Roo Roo La La, it's you rent the room by the hour, and it's just you and whoever you bring, and you can order food, order some drinks. Yes, and you can do like, you know, I know your age, so you can't have alcohol, you can't have the sake, but it's decent karaoke, and it's really fun because it's just you and your friends.
That sounds
Right.
like a blast.
I've taken
in a water bottle.
I've taken my older daughter multiple times to Ruru Lala.
The last time I went karaoke was at a country bar here downtown, and well, I can rock some Loretta Lynn.
I like listening to some Loretta Lynn.
See, yeah, he rocked nothing but country.
Yep.
For the most part. Well, he threw on some Metallica and some rock, but I mean, if you listen to country, you kind of also listen to rock. They kind of go hand in hand. It's just the way it is. Especially if you're a fan of someone like Garth Brooks, you definitely listen to rock and you listen to country. Yep, 4 raises his hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I grew up listening to country music. It's what my dad listened to.
Nobody in my family listened to country music, and I never really got that into it until I wasn't even working at that bar that Four and I met, but started doing karaoke there.
Big shots.
Yes, Slingshots up in Cameron Ranch.
Cameron Park.
Sorry, Cameron Park. Cameron Ranch is the school. Up at Cameron Park, which I actually worked there for a while as a KJ. But I can't remember. His name was like Trent was the name he went by. And he sang "Don't Take the Girl."
I can do pretty good on that too.
And the first time I actually truly listened to those lyrics, man, I wound up just bawling my eyes out.
It's not hard to do it for that song, man.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
When
then-
you listen to it or you hear it for the first time.
Like, truly hear it. Have you heard it, C?
Yeah, I have. My mom and my dad and my sister love their country music, so I've heard it many times. And it's a really good song.
It is.
The dance is calm too.
Yeah, and then May just threw in "Enema" by Tool is a great closer. Which is funny because I just listened to that last night.
I'm not seeing all the chats.
Da 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 da.
How come
Yeah.
I'm not seeing all the chats? I'm only seeing my own.
Really? Sometimes it glitches if you just like quit or sign out and sign back in. And Tommy's just holy F slingshots. That's funny because that's where I also met Tommy, but that was the slingshots near Carmichael, where I met him. So yeah,
Where you met who?
in the chat, Tommy last name.
Mommy last name.
Yeah, that's what he went by. Is Tommy last name.
Last name.
Okay, so here you go, Tommy. Let's see if you remember this, because I don't think they did it so much at the Cameron Park location as they did in the, I guess you call it Carmichael, even though it's technically Sacramento. Remember when the hookers were guests, or like they got discounts at Slingshots, and how packed it would get? They the Slingshots gave like a drink discount to this group. It was just a social group called the Hookers. And they would pack the bar every freaking karaoke night. It would pack the bar. Great people for the most part. That I enjoyed them like crazy, but there were some real problem people that came along, and eventually they got to the point where it's like, we can't do this anymore because issues started popping up. Now, there were 2 nights when I was DJing that I actually had shootings in the parking lot of the Slingshots down in Sac when I was working there. And we made a very hard no rap rule after that. I didn't like the rule myself, but I could see why.
Right.
Man, I do miss Slingshots. I honestly do. Hey, it's where we met, butthole.
No shit. No shit. Butthole.
And then we went to Denny's every night after karaoke.
Pretty much. Denny's
Oh,
hanging out.
God.
Moon's over by Hammy. I'm sorry. That is great post-bar food.
With me, it was pancakes and eggs.
Yep. And Tommy just threw in, they're called working
called
ladies.
working ladies.
We mostly had youngish bikers. Ladies of
Working
the
ladies.
night.
I was like,
Yeah,
ladies of the evening.
night.
Yep. Call girls.
After the whining.
No, but it was really just a social group, and they were all like millennials that had just like turned 21, 22 years old, so they couldn't really hold their liquor, but they sure as hell tried. I will say my favorite thing that I witnessed when I was DJing and KJing was watching people coming in on their 21st birthday and for the first time ever having alcohol and energy drink mixes. Like Red Bull with like schnapps and like stuff like that. Because
Let's be energetically drunk.
oh yeah, and they didn't realize they were drunk. That was the best part.
Yeah, what those were.
Like,
They would be shit faced, like 3 sheets to the wind, staggering everywhere, but they wouldn't realize it because they were so energized. And of course, they're just turned 21 or 22. Unless they were like alcoholics in high school, they didn't really know what the buzz was like and what being drunk was like. So yeah, it was so entertaining.
I remember
I bet
those
it was.
those big birthday drink slingshots were big.
Jesus.
On my 34th birthday, I had like 2 of them.
Those things were monstrous. Like,
Remember how drunk I was that night?
oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember how drunk I was on my birthday. I know that I was drunk, but I blacked out.
I was in the bathroom
Oh, God.
for 5 minutes.
I think I'm at the age where I'd much rather experience. I don't drink so much anymore. I'd rather. I'm just like, pass the weed, thanks.
I don't drink that much anymore either. I might have a beer a week, if that.
Yeah, I'll be like, just give me 1 805, maybe 2 throughout the night. I'll be fine. The rest of the time, water with lemon.
Speaking of that,
May was cracking up and then said they won't even do that anymore. They'll hand you a Red Bull as a different drink for you to hand to your friend, air quotes. Man, Mounted Canadians were so good though. A Mounted Canadian was that you took a pint glass and you did it about halfway, I think, with Red Bull, which is about most of the can, or if not half a can, most of the can. And then you got a shot glass and you filled it most of the way with peach schnapps and a little bit of Crown Royal. And then you drop it in and then just pound it. They were tasty.
I just don't think so.
What is that?
Red's Apple Ale.
Nice.
Pretty good too.
Heartburn stuff for me.
I like a redheaded slut.
That's why I take a Meprazole every damn day, so I don't get heartburn.
I was married to one.
Not that kind.
Sorry
This is,
to my ex, but
Equal parts of this is equal parts of cranberry juice, peach schnapps, and Jaeger.
Really?
Sounds disgusting. Yeah, it's so good.
I would definitely try that. So see,
If you
we're
mix it right, you don't even taste the Jaeger.
So see, you're about to learn some stuff here. Like Jägermeister tastes like black licorice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I
Yeah.
love black licorice.
I
I don't like
hate
it.
drinking Jaeger.
That's why I like a redheaded slut. You can't taste the Jaeger in it.
I'd be pissed because I like the Jaeger.
Car bomb.
Then of course there's like the flaming Dr. Pepper from hell. They got
What's
shortened
that?
down to just flaming Dr. Pepper. It's specifically, if I remember correctly, it's like you have to use Budweiser and you have to use Guinness, and then there was like a shot glass that had like 151 and some other stuff in it, and then you would light the shot glass afire and drop it, and you have to pound the shit fast. No, it was Guinness and Irish Cream, I think, and then the 151. But yeah, you have to pound it fast, and it tasted like a Dr. Pepper. But if you didn't pound it fast, it'd start to curdle and get all funky and taste like shit.
Ugh.
Irish car bombs taste like chocolate if you hit it fast enough.
Yep, Irish car bombs are good.
Yep.
I
Dean's
went-
made Irish car bombs.
Yeah, I'm just a. Give me the tequila.
I love tequila.
Can you believe Dean and I have been together for 13 years?
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes sense. Laura and I have been together we kind of got together, I got together with Laura about the same time that you got together with Dean.
Yeah. 2008.
Yeah, because I moved here in 2006, and we dated for a while. Then we split up through 2007. Then we got back together around 2008. Got married in 2010.
Yeah, we're still not married yet.
May's like, that's not a flaming Dr. Pepper. That's a brain hemorrhage. Well, yeah, the brain hemorrhage is actually pretty good. There's also the stumble fuck, which is pretty good.
How?
Has an interesting name.
Yeah, there are so many different names for different drinks. Actually, I had when I lived in San Diego, my next door neighbor was a bartender for the Marriott, and he won multiple Customer Service of the Year awards. And it's not just for the Marriott; it's Customer Service of the Year, period. And I asked him one time, I was like, "What's your favorite drink with tuwaka, which is an orange liqueur?" Because at the time it was being advertised like crazy on the radio. And he's like, what I really like is the chip shot. It's coffee and it's tuwaka, but instead of serving it in like a coffee mug or like you normally would for a coffee drink, you actually served it in a snifter, which is what you use for brandy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Actually, sounds pretty good.
Right?
Is that a shock top?
Good eyes. Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I had one, so I was like, you know what? They're on sale. There's a 6-pack. Celebrating our 1-year anniversary episode of the podcast, and went ahead and got a 6-pack, and I still have, now at this point, one left.
I like Red's Apple Ale and Angry Orchard Hard Cider.
I get heartburn from those things, man.
Are you taking anything for your heartburn?
I usually don't get heartburn.
Take omeprazole every day in the morning, and I guarantee you won't get it.
But I don't normally get heartburn, so it's not a big deal. I get it like only if I drink the wrong things or eat the wrong things, and it's rare, like really rare. I maybe get heartburn 3 times a year.
Can you eat pepperoni pizza and not get heartburn?
Oh yeah,
I can't.
I love pepperoni
Taking
pizza.
my omeprazole.
All right, see. So, what's your favorite drink since you're too young to drink?
Coke.
Pepsi. Close.
So you don't have to answer, but have you tried alcohol?
I have, actually. A couple times.
And?
At first... Okay, so the first time we were rafting, me, my older nieces and stuff like that, we were rafting, and it was flavored Corona, and so I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. It was really good, but by the end of the day, I had a bit of a headache because we were out in the sun.
Ooh.
And then San Diego, for my sister's birthday, we went, and I drank some alcohol, but it tasted terrible. So I mixed in some sweet fruit juice in it, and it was perfectly fine after that.
So basically you had a daiquiri.
Kinda. I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear a lot of people talk about great things about the fun that drinking can bring, and it kind of does, but dear God, it makes you pay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I've seen it.
Yeah, and I
I've seen
mean,
it.
you've dealt with alcoholism in your family. I've dealt with alcoholism in my family. Yeah. It makes me a little leery when I do drink. I make sure I don't drink very often.
Yeah.
I'm not a big drinker anymore. Not that I ever really was.
I'm not a big drinker anymore. I'm not a big drinker any less either, but I'm not a big drinker anymore.
I maybe have 2 drinks a year. Maybe.
2 drinks a year? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that for you.
Usually one on my birthday and one on New Year's. I skipped the one on my birthday this year.
I typically get shit-faced once a year, and I'll have a few drinks throughout the year. But that's about it.
Last time I got totally shit-faced was July 4th of 2018.
That's been a while.
And boy, did I regret it.
That's just why you haven't been shit-faced since.
See, as I've gotten older, I've realized I don't have what people would call like a bucket list, but I have what I call the Murtaugh list, and it's a list of I'm too old for this shit. Like, yeah, sleeping on the floor, I'm too old for that shit.
Yep.
Drinking to excess, I am too old for that shit.
Twice in my life, I have passed out drunk and woke up drunk the next morning. Went to work drunk one time because I drank way too much the night before. That was fun day serving ice cream. I was trying to serve ice cream. I was fucking lit. Oh, God, that was fun. My boss had no idea.
Yeah. Going to work hungover, having a headset on, and having people having to welcome to your local Dairy Queen. May I take your order? Oh, no. Having people yell at you through a drive-thru? Yeah, no.
You know what the best thing for
Not
hangover is?
More alcohol. Oh,
Greasy cheeseburger.
Ugh.
Greasy cheeseburger. McDonald's cheeseburger. Or those really greasy freaking double cheeseburgers they have? They're usually cheesy. Those are the best for a hangover.
Actually, you know what actually is the best for a hangover? So this is coming from EMTs. What they call the banana bag.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? When I was in the Navy, you know what I used to do?
What's that?
Climb inside of an aircraft's cockpit and breathe in pure oxygen.
That could work.
That will work. Guaranteed.
So see, in case you're wondering what a banana bag is, it's a solution that they put in intravenously. They call it banana bag because it's yellow, and it is just filled with like amino acids, trace elements, vitamins, hydration. I mean, it's a cure-all. And I've seen people with the throbbing throw up just because someone's breathing too heavily hangovers get a banana bag in their arm, and within like 20 minutes later, they're completely fine.
Wow.
And it used to be that EMTs would just rob their the ambulance that they drove for banana bags in order to recover the next day from a hard night of drinking, because banana bags were just so ubiquitous. You had an emergency, someone was losing fluids, you threw on a banana bag. You didn't know what was wrong with them, and they're acting a little dehydrated or like they're malnourished or whatever, you threw on a banana bag. So they just went through them so rapidly that they could just say, oh, yeah, we used 2 banana bags on this patient, even though they only used 1. Keep one for themselves. But they've gotten a lot more strict with them since, so I've heard. Yeah, and even May was like, the banana bag!
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had friends that were EMTs, man, you had the hookup for hangovers. We do not condone doing this kind of stuff. Just, make that clear. This was back when I was young and stupid. Now I'm just not young.
Yes. It's like, yes, we do not condone this, nor do we condone, jumping off of a bridge and yelling parkour, so it's a failed stunt.
Right. Now, it is so good to see you on the show again before. Like, seriously.
It's good being back.
I love you, man. I'm not even lying.
Love you too, brother.
And that's not even my one drink. Okay, I had 2 drinks. But I'm not feeling it.
Well, my suggestion is don't do it until you feel it.
That's where I like to be for karaoke, was to do it until I felt it, and then... And DJing, too.
I was unlike a lot of people. I didn't need liquid courage.
Oh, I didn't need it. I just liked it. But yeah, I knew that I was running into a very bad and very dark place when I was working at Slingshots. And
I remember, man. I really do.
I used to get when you worked at Slingshots as a DJ or a KJ, you'd get 3 free drinks a night. And it didn't matter what it was that you wanted, as long as it wasn't like a straight shot, you would get the pint glasses. Like a lot of places you go to get, like, say, a Tokyo tea or a Long Island iced tea or a royal tea or whatever you want to call it, because there's a lot of different variations, you usually don't get the full pint glass. This place, they did the full pint glass, which was just awesome. I went through 3 top shelf Tokyo teas. I literally slammed them back to back to back. I felt nothing.
Crazy.
I had a moment of clarity at that point that said, you can keep drinking, but you're going to wind up in rehab. Or you could stop now, get your shit together, and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And I went with, hey, let's take option B here, please. And I completely stopped taking the free drinks. Then they stopped giving them because they got in trouble with ABC. But yeah, so that's why I don't drink very much. It's because alcoholism does run in my family. And I know that, yeah, I got really close to falling off that cliff. Really damn close. So May's throwing in some other things here. ER nurses try to get their phlebotomy down, best friend. Yeah, banana bags. Welcome to an episode of the Porch Drunkies, haha. And then Tommy threw in 808. I have got to come back on the Porch Drunkies. That was so much fun. Like, seriously, that night was a blast. And I still want to get both of you as guests. I don't know necessarily together, because I know that you both have your own issues. And it would be unfair, I think, to have you guys both on at the same time on a serious episode. I think they'd be best to have you guys, like, back-to-back, maybe. Although,
yeah,
although if we're just having kind of a kickback episode, yeah, why not have the Porch Drunkies on as the Porch Drunkies and just have a fun episode? Ah, yes, you agree. We do have to get you on. Yes, we do. We are about to start scheduling again for the next season. Not doing the scheduling out 2 seasons in advance anymore, because that's 6 months, and some people just, life. And I think that's what happened with this guest.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so glad Steve responded, because I had gotten so used to not getting the responses that also he's like, yeah, I'm down. Yes!
Well, of course.
And everybody, we do have a Discord now. You can find the link. I threw it up on the Facebook page a couple times. You know what? Let me go ahead and throw it into chat. I actually created a new link that has no expiration for the invite. Because, duh. God, they lay it out so differently on the website, though. Invites. Here we go. May was saying that they have to get me back on the Porch Drunkies. Yeah, sorry, y'all. You guys are all remote. Porch Drunkies is kind of in person. You're screwed.
How do you change your background in Zoom?
Okay, so there's that little camera button that says, where right now probably says stop video, and that has that little triangle. If you click on that little triangle, you can choose virtual backgrounds. Now, I downloaded the videos. They don't usually come with videos.
Virtual backgrounds, none.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, well.
I spend way too much time on Zoom because I have to. So, yeah.
It's okay. If you put up the background, I couldn't see the dog.
Yeah, I can't see the dog. Right now, I don't know where Buster's hiding. He's probably just laying outside. The weather's been great. Sadie's laying down next to me. She's enjoying the AC blowing on her right now.
My doggos are in the other room. Yeah, he's in his office.
Yep. Always in my office. It's kind of what I do.
I'd get bombarded if I opened the door and my dogs would all flood in.
All right, there we go. Copy that, and now throw this into chat. Boom. So anyone that's on the chat right now, there you go. There's an invite to the Am I Mental Discord. We're not going to do the forums. We're just going to use the Discord because, yes. That's just all I'm saying. All the integration I need for user accounts, all that, the security, it's already built in. I don't have to mess with it. Yeah, it would be nice to have it on the website. No, I'm not going to put it. I'm not going to do the forums. I'm going to add a link to the Discord on the website. And Ford just threw up a thumbs up. Yeah, Kat is hanging out with her dad tonight, so not going to be in the chat. Man, this kind of feels like the very first episode, which is how the chat is, and that. Except that I have a lot more people in here than I did last time, just in this meeting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, Ford, thank you very much for sticking around the whole year. Bexy, thanks for sticking around the whole year. See, here's to the years to come.
Yeah.
May and Tommy were really big and very they were a big influence and very instrumental on getting the podcast to grow. So yeah, that was really awesome of them. I mean, we do still have to pay our bills, you know. We're coming up in June. We're coming up on having to pay for another year of hosting with Spreaker. Otherwise, we bought back down to 45-minute episodes, which fuck that. Like, seriously?
No.
I mean, it was a great way. It was great for when we started, not great now. It would be a step
Definitely
backwards. I really want to get you guys better equipment. That way you guys could have, you know, good microphone, good headset, maybe even a laptop or something. So that way, you know, get that pro audio sound going on.
Right.
I have a laptop.
All right.
Yeah. But I got the condenser mic. Neener. But even then, I mean, you guys saw I did send out that link to you guys for the, it's the blue Snowball ICE. So lowercase I, capital CE. Out of the blue microphones, that is the most affordable for the ones that can actually work with iPhones.
Okay. I got that. I just,
But man, they're expensive. But if you look at the others, like the regular Snowball or the Yeti Nano, we're talking over $100 a microphone.
Oh my god.
But they're so good. That's the thing. So
At
it's
least
like
you're getting what you pay for, basically.
oh yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta look at it this way. Blue was a audio engineer and a musician that got together to design these microphones. So you have someone that really knows the science behind the microphone. You have someone that really knows how microphones are used in the real world, working together to make the best microphones they can. And like the Yeti and the Yeti Nano, they have their own stand. They have, on the regular Yeti, you actually have a gain control on the mic, and you can have a headphone jack so you can actually live monitor while you're talking and adjust your volume. The Nano's missing the volume control, but it still has the jack. You have to actually use a software app in order to adjust the gain. It's like, you know what? I can control that. I'm good. I have control for you guys. We're good. And then the Snowball is just more of a omnidirectional or unidirectional microphone without all the bells and whistles. And then the ICE is just a much more compact version of the original Snowball.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And that was all of my 10 minutes of reading into these things. Maybe 20 minutes. That was about it.
Still a lot more than I knew.
Well, music and audio is kind of my thing, so yeah. So how does the weather affect you with your back? I haven't even thought about asking this before. Because now you live in a pretty damn cold and blustery
Pretty
area.
much all I've acclimated.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I can't walk a lot though. Man, I could do a regular grocery shopping trip and be moderately affected, but I just can't stand for too long a time. It's like the more I move, the better off I am.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, I will say this. Considering how much of a change in your life this back condition has done, or forced upon you, you still look really damn good. You still look like you're in really good shape overall.
I wouldn't say that. Looks can be deceiving.
Okay. So you got yourself the pot belly going on?
Yeah.
So how many months along are you?
8.
12.
Let's just say when we met, I was sitting at about 185. Now I'm like 250.
When we met, I was at 155. I'm now at 240.
Yeah, I'm pushing 250.
So, hey, when you say Sweetwater is your go-to, do you mean Sweetwater the resale? Like they sell all audio from all different brands, or is it actually a brand called Sweetwater? They just mention it as a non-sponsor, but that's their go-to, and they send you candy. Which, I mean, fuck, I'll take free candy. I mean, it's not exactly free if you already paid for something and they're sending you candy with it. You kind of bought the candy. Let's be honest.
I still want to try freeze-dried Skittles.
I just that video you sent, it was so mechanically sounding voiceover. I'm like, why?
I don't know why they did that, but as I told you, I was a bit elevated and it made me laugh.
Yeah, so Bexy found TikTok thing that showed all these different types of like freeze-dried candy.
And when you freeze dry a gummy worm, they get fat, like that big around. And
Ooh. Ooh.
like, I want to eat a freeze-dried gummy worm.
I would try that. Well, I mean, Dippin' Dots, it's freeze-dried ice cream.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually never had that.
What?
Yeah.
Even C's giving you looks.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
How about you four? Have you had Dippin' Dots?
I've had Dippin' Dots before. Dippin' Dots or Dibs.
All right, so yeah, May was saying that it was Sweetwater, which is the company that like sells all this stuff, kind of like Musician's Friend, which is where I usually go. But I've been hearing a lot of good things about Sweetwater and their support. When I worked for a different company that we dealt with pro audio stuff, the support from Sweetwater, bar none, best I've ever seen for dealing with stuff that they don't even make, which is just crazy. Yep, and Tommy Leslie just came in and said, good American company, personal service, not sponsored. As in, they're not sponsored by, so when they're mentioning it, they're talking about this is legit who they like. And they're not getting paid to say it, because they do have their own podcast. We have no sponsors. I don't know that I want sponsors, because I don't want to have to do sponsor bits or segments in the podcast, because this podcast is not meant for that. It's not really built around that. I wouldn't mind picking up some sponsors. It's like I wouldn't mind picking up a sponsor or two for the website, just so they're part of the web presence. But I don't want to be like, hey, you know what? This is really emotional. I know that you're about to start crying now, but we need to stop because we need a word from our sponsor.
No.
C's cracking up, but on mute.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine? It's like, I'm going to talk about how my family member was murdered. That's a great stopping point. Do you ever feel sad during the winters?
Don't let seasonal depression get you down.
Right? It's like, hey, it's springtime. Goodbye, seasonal depression. Hello, normal depression.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I've got my depression pretty much under control.
That's good. That's awesome. Mine,
Really good.
I'm coming
I'm
out.
on, like 4 different medications.
I only have the one, but it's been effective for the most part. It's just that when my seasonal affective disorder really kicks in, I'd have to become like an over-medicated baby head to be able to deal with it. So I just push through.
I don't get seasonal depression. My depression's year-round, buddy.
Yeah, mine's basically the way I put it is that mine's year-round, but during the winter times, it just gets really bad.
Not me.
Okay, May pointed out a very good point here. Technically, we have had sponsors, but not corporate sponsors who want to sell your soul for their sponsor. That is true. Our sponsors are our listeners. Every time you guys buy a product, every time you guys donate, you are our sponsors. You're helping to make this podcast everything that it is. Seriously. Without you guys, we would still be at 45-minute episodes. And I don't even know that I'd have it in me to keep going beyond what we've done because 45-minute episodes suck. Just putting that there. They just suck.
Definitely do not want to go back to that.
No.
What are you at, an hour and a half now?
3 hours is what we can go to.
Cool. Wow.
We've only hit that 3 hours once. And C was the one that did it.
Wow.
And that was last week. The episode was so damn good. And it's like we got instant feedback too. Like usually we don't really get a lot of instant feedback. We got instant feedback.
It was amazing.
Wow. I mean, C was so open and raw and unfiltered and real.
Off the chain.
Yeah. And May was just saying C's episode would have been cut way... Sorry. Yeah. They're short. Yeah, it's true. It would have been cut way short. I mean,
definitely.
45
we wouldn't
minutes.
have even... Yeah. We wouldn't have gotten through a third of her story, I don't think.
No. Because, I mean...
I would have had to come on like 4 or 5 times to get it all out.
For the next 5 episodes, we're going to be bringing back C.
Right, and the reason that we have to, it's technically 3 hours, broken down 45 minutes is 4 episodes, but we're going to have to recap a little bit each time, so that's why we're going to 5.
Right.
No, but you seem really happy for.
Yeah, for the most part.
This is
Dan
good.
and I are looking to move to France within the next couple of years.
I'm going to miss you, dude.
Hey, if you ever come to visit in Europe, you don't have to worry about lodging, man.
That's true. That is true.
Lodging is seriously like up to 70% of your cost of the travel to Europe.
No, thank you.
Lodging is most of the money.
Uh-oh. May's inflating my ego.
If you have somebody like me living there, you don't have to worry about lodging.
That is true.
Worry about renting a car. Worry about money for museums, money for souvenirs that you might want.
Going to the Louvre.
That I know, or that I'm friends with, who wants to come to Europe, hey, lodge with me, baby.
Yep, and you always know if you ever come back to Cali or the West Coast, you know you got a place to stay.
I do.
Hell, you lived with us for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And May was saying that listeners need to hear her voice. Karaoke first for.
Karaoke first.
But yeah, no, as May was saying that we needed to hear your voice, C. We really did. And it really seemed like you really needed to get that out.
Yeah, and I have plenty more to share once that time comes.
Right. It probably would have been a little too soon to be like, hey, you ready to do it again?
Yeah,
the very next week?
Definitely. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I know, like, for me, it's like, man, I open up once a season and sometimes, and that's a lot. 4 times in a year. It really doesn't seem like a lot, but then when it's like, you go through all these different episodes and it gets so emotional all the time, and then you're coming back up again, you're just like, this is a lot. It really is.
It is a lot.
Definitely be a lot.
And then you get, me who not only do I get emotional when I'm talking on an episode where it's, you know, about me or I'm sharing, but I cry through everybody else's episodes too.
This is true. Not everybody's, but getting pretty close.
Mostly everybody's.
I would say probably a good 85 to 90% of the episodes, Bexy's crying. Like, if there's any emotion at all, anybody talking about any kind of pain, yeah, Bexy, waterworks. And I'm not making fun of you. I think it's amazing. I love that you have that ability.
Shows you're very empathetic.
Yes.
Yep.
You're very pathetic. I mean, empathetic.
Yes, I know. I'm pathetic.
You're not pathetic. You're amazing. And I see that smirk. Vex, you've come a long way. Had I said that when we first met, you would have taken that to heart, and it would take me a year to get over that.
I would have cried.
It would have probably taken a year of me going, look, it was a joke. I really didn't mean it. Like, not even a little bit.
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Rebecca turns 18 this year.
Whoa, damn.
Yep.
You want to talk a little bit about that? About the situation? Probably give it like the 10,000 foot view.
10,000 foot view. What is the 10,000 foot view?
That you haven't had any contact with her because you're not allowed any contact with her.
Well, I'm allowed contact with her now.
Yeah, she's 18.
But, well, she will be.
She will be.
Thing is, what will she do?
I'm really hoping for the best. I'm hoping that the time that you had was enough to instill just a badass person into her.
Yeah.
And I'm here if you need me, brother.
Oh, I know that. I don't have to doubt that.
Good.
It's just tough to talk about now. I mean, I don't dwell on it. I dwell on the time that I have with Dean and focus on doing things with her. With a couple of Dean's daughters have actually come back into her life. She has the relationship with her next to oldest daughter, and her youngest daughter is coming back into her life. She's got a really good relationship with them now. And I've been telling Dean, I hope my daughters come around like that.
I hope so too, and I think they will. I think that they're stronger than you might realize.
Because Dean's daughter Sierra, they were here. She just got married on the 27th of February, and they decided to come up here and spend, I think it was 5 days or so. And we did lots of things with them, and I kind of felt like a father again.
That had to have felt good.
It was awesome, and she said to me, "Thanks for making me feel like your daughter." I'm like, "Whoa, that hit home."
My heart, I'm gonna cry.
It really did.
Sweet.
Okay, keep going. Becky's crying.
No, we went up. Finally got up to the Space Needle.
I like the Space Needle. That place is fun.
You ever been up in it?
Yep. During a major windstorm, only one door was open.
They just put in a revolving glass floor.
Ooh.
Yeah, so when you step out onto it, it goes around.
I have to check that out.
About a revolution in 30 minutes, maybe.
So it takes its time.
Yeah, but it's friggin' cool.
Oh, I'm sure. And then Tommy was, I think this comment was for you that, maybe, Rebecca may not come back immediately, but keep showing you care.
Oh, of course.
Dude, I don't know anyone that would ever, you of all people, I never think would ever stop showing that you care.
Well,
you're all hard.
Right now, it's hard to show her I care because I have I don't have any contact with her. I don't talk to her, but
it's not like you haven't tried.
no, it's not like I haven't tried. I sent a couple of letters a few years ago, but whether they get to them or not, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure she gets a hold of the mail before they do.
Right.
And if anything comes in for me, she probably just throws it away. But the thing is, I have copies of those letters.
Good.
That's good.
And
Very
every
good,
birthday card I send them, I take a picture of it with my phone.
Good.
My original comment about her still stands. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of that bitch.
Yep.
You have no idea.
I do. I have an idea.
You lived that firsthand.
I'm appalled by what I've heard.
Man,
I don't see how.
You've only heard a scratch of the surface.
I know.
She accused me of molesting my children.
I remember the episode.
Oh, do you?
Yes. I wasn't co-hosting yet, but I was in the chat.
Probably crying.
I listened. I was bawling.
Yeah, it was bad. Everybody that knows me and knows me well be like, seriously? Oh.
I'm sitting here. Okay, this is the second time basically that I have heard from you, and I'm sitting here looking at you going, how is this person accused of the things that she's? I don't see it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still trust for not only with my life but with the life of my kids. I know for. I've known this guy long enough.
Die for your kids, man.
I know you would.
Period.
I know that you would take a bullet to save my kids. And I know that you would never do anything like what you've been accused of to the kids. It's just...
Even the thought of that makes me sick to my stomach. How could anybody do that to a child and feel good about themselves? How?
You just literally made me wish that there was one person in my family that was still alive so I could ask that question. Only time I've ever wanted them to be alive, just for that one express purpose. To ask that one question. And then they could go ahead and die again.
I don't know how people can do that to children.
I mean, children are the greatest things ever.
I don't know how people can wrongly accuse someone who loves their children of doing that either. It's horrendous.
That person wants them completely out of their lives. It's easy. All you have to do is make an accusation, and you're done.
And when the kids are too young to be able to take the stand and are easily manipulated and convinced of things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all she's been doing is, every time they bring me up or have brought me up, I'm pretty sure she reminds them of what she says happened. I'm sure. But that woman's the devil, I'm telling you.
She was literally the first time I ever thought of anybody as evil in my life.
I was going to say, that's...
Evil doesn't even begin to touch the surface. But
I mean,
it's...
So see, just so you know...
I think that's the best word we have for it, though.
His ex, the one that did all this, tried to set 4 up to cheat on her so that way she could get a divorce and get everything. The person that she tried to use for the cheating is the person that 4 is now... Yes, who's 4's been with ever since.
With now. Yep.
And that person completely did a 180 and said, I love this man, fuck you.
Yep.
Good. That person sounds so selfish. The other person, not this one.
You treat me like shit. She treats me like a king.
You treat her like a queen.
Choice is easy. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, and it's And if anybody had any doubts about whether Four could have done what he's been accused of, why in the hell did the person that was set up to try to destroy him, knowing what she was supposed to do, willing to do it, do a 180, fall in love with the man, and even allow her own kids around him?
Yep.
I mean, that right there is probably the greatest testament to it's all bullshit that I could think of.
And I wasn't the only one she tried to accuse of doing that too. I was living in a house in El Dorado Hills, and my kids were visiting there. She even tried to accuse Dean and my roommate of doing inappropriate things. Basically, everyone I was around was in trouble.
You know what they say.
She even tried to say that my mother and my father could have played a hand in it.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my god.
Oh, she did.
Oh, hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
I know.
Heinous.
If
It's
anyone was
awful.
doing it, it was her father.
You know what they say.
Her father was even looking at the kids next door to him in a strange kind of way.
But you know what they say? Those who throw around the accusations are usually guilty or covering for someone that they know that's guilty.
Yeah, but I believe in karma. Karma's just waiting to rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
And as soon as my kids want something to do with me, they're going to know the truth, and they're going to want nothing to do with her.
It's likely.
Nothing.
I mean, the truth has a certain ring to it, and it's like, seriously.
Very likely.
Yeah, so I tend to have a lot of friends that have some really fucked up shit happen to them.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, being one of them, unfortunately.
You, Bexy, I'm sure both May and Tommy would raise their hand. Brandy would raise her hand. See, guess what? Yeah. No, it's just... That's why a lot of my friends make it on the show, because, man... I don't know. I guess...
Collector of the fucked up. No.
We've all got our cats in the bag.
We do.
Our skeletons in the closet. I know
Skele-
I've got more than my share.
Yeah. Skeletons in the bag, cats in the closet. Wait.
I don't have ducks, and they damn sure aren't in a row. But I have squirrels at a rave sometimes.
I like that. I have cats in the kettle at the Peking Moon.
Cats in the cradle with a silver spoon. The little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then.
I love you can hear the delays.
Yeah.
And she got to hear all three of us trying to sing, going, God, now you're all off. Meanwhile, the people that are listening to chat are just going, what the fuck? Are they trying to sing in rounds and, like, failing at it?
I never fail.
If you try to fail and you succeed, which have you?
You failed.
But if you failed, that means that you succeeded if that was your aim. But then if you succeeded, then you failed.
In failing.
I love paradox questions. You know what?
Oh my god.
This was one from Socrates. A very paradoxical thing he said. I know one thing, that I know nothing. Of course, Socrates, of all of them, would be the one to throw that one out there.
Of course.
Okay, down there.
Oh.
If you restored a ship by replacing each of its original parts, would it remain the same ship?
No.
No. Yes.
Yes. Of
No.
course. If you restored the ship with all the same parts,
But it
would
wouldn't.
still be the same ship.
But it wouldn't be if you've replaced. If at the end every single part had been replaced with a different part, is it still the same ship, even if it's been done over a century?
Of course it would.
Okay, transporters on Star Trek. Is that really you that's made it there, or just a clone of you? Because it decodes your body, transmits the code, and then re-encodes it to reconstruct you.
Could be a clone.
And what if there's an error? Can an omnipotent being create a rock too heavy for itself to lift?
A what?
An omnipotent being.
I have no idea what that is.
All-powerful.
All-knowing.
That's omniscient.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Omnipotent is all-powerful. Now, if you're an all-powerful being, can you create a rock that's too heavy for yourself to lift? Either way, either you can, and that's a limitation, or you can't, and that's a limitation.
Of course you can.
I mean, it kind of negates itself, because if you're supposed to be all powerful and you create a rock so heavy you can't lift it, then you're not all powerful.
Nope.
Yeah, this is from the book Catch-22. Pilots can get out of combat duty if they're psychologically unfit, but you have to come to the doctor to be treated, to be diagnosed as psychologically unfit. But anyone who tries to get out of combat duty proves that they are sane. Catch-22. You can only get out of combat duty by asking, but if you ask, it proves that you're sane. Catch-22. So, let's see, if you ever heard that term before, it originated.
I don't think I have.
It's basically the damned if you do, damned if you don't. Now, Catch-22 was there's a book called Catch-22. There's also a movie. I think there's a couple of them now, different versions of it, where basically it's the same kind of thing. You're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. And they actually called it the Catch-22 as like a military catch. So by Catch-22, you couldn't get what you wanted, because what you wanted was proof that you were actually okay, kind of stuff. And, like, the whole thing was just endlessly just a Catch-22, Catch-22. Like, the whole time, it was just damned if you do, damned if you don't, through the whole thing.
Okay.
So for France.
What?
France.
What about it?
Why France? I'm curious.
My uncle lives there.
Okay.
I thought maybe it was for the
Friends
cheese.
that I've made in France live there. I consider them more my family than my own.
That's valid.
Doesn't take blood to make family.
Nope. You
Family
know,
doesn't take blood.
Family doesn't end in blood, and it doesn't start there either.
Nope.
Yep. And the quote where they say that blood's thicker than water.
Than water. It's actually
The blood of the
the
covenant
blood of the covenant
is thicker than the water of the
the
womb.
water of the womb.
Yeah.
I am so happy when I saw that. I was like, now it makes sense. Because there's some people that are of blood that I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
there are a lot of famous quotes that have been misquoted or misrepresented.
Oh.
You know, like, music has charms to soothe the savage beast. It isn't beast. It's actually breast. Music has charms to soothe the savage breast. It was misquoted, and nobody ever changed it.
You know, thinking about it,
Oh,
I've watched enough Pornhub to see some pretty savage breasts.
You would say that.
Well, mine have tried to kill me. It doesn't get much more savage than that. Thank you.
That is true. See, you just needed to play some music for them. They would have left you alone.
Yeah, that was my problem. I wasn't cranking up the jam when they drug me down.
You weren't pumped.
Twice.
You didn't pump up the jam. Pump it up. Oh, God. One of the words irregardless. I hate
It
that
isn't
word.
a word.
It's not a real word.
It is not a word.
It's regardless.
Regardless. Do you know what? Do you know which one really gets me? Supposedly. It's supposedly. Enunciate, motherfuckers.
And of course, then there's that one cyanide and happiness. Allergic to grammatical errors. Have you seen that one, C? And 4?
I've heard about cyanide happiness, but I don't think I've seen that one.
Ooh. Let me find it. Because this was probably one of my favorite cyanide and happinesses of all time. And that's saying something, because cyanide and happiness is amazing.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Found it. Really took me no time at all.
Share screen.
You know what? Because I love cyanide and happiness, I'm just going to give you guys the official website so they could go ahead and get their advertisement. Moolala. I'm throwing it into the regular chat. Oh, God. May. That hurt. For all intensive purposes.
Oh.
It's
Ow.
for all intents and purposes. Oh.
Oh. That one hurts my heart.
Oh. I could care less.
I couldn't care less.
Because if you could care less, then you're going to care less. So when I hear people say, I could care less, oh, so you care. No. But you just said you could care less, which means that there's less for you to care.
Right?
All right, so I sent it out. I put it on the my favorite cyanide happiness about the grammatical errors on the chat. I put it into our Zoom chat, and I also sent it to you guys text.
All right. Thank you.
And I just, at the beginning, it was like, and me and Steve weren't anywhere near the school at the time. Don't you mean Steve and I? What's up? I'm allergic to grammatical errors. You're coughing up blood. I didn't know allergies could cause such a bad affect. Are the others like you? Looks like it's getting worse. How pacific do the errors have to be? For the love of God, he's coughing up blood.
The difference between affect and effect is another thing that really irritates me too.
Sometimes I get those mixed up, and I have to stop and look it up just to make sure I'm doing it right. Oh, one of my dad loves doing like this kind of fake it through jokes, like wherever you go, wherever you go there, something like that, like there you are, but it's like THEY''RE.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Bex, you might go bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm at 12% right now. And if I take the headphones out, the audio quality is horrible, so I don't want to do that. So if I'm suddenly not here, that's why my battery died.
What?
Well, it did say Rexy on there, and I was like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, and then I went, I made a typo there, and I went, I know, Bex and Effects, because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
If anybody remembers Rex and Effects, you're old like me.
I don't.
I'm old.
Really?
Oh, hello, Spooter.
Sorry.
Oh, you got a Spooter?
There's a Spooter on my bed. Hello, little guy.
I want to see.
I don't know if he will show up. He ran away.
Spooter noped out.
He has retreated into my cubbyhole.
Yep, and May is, of course, because, and then in caps, words fucking matter.
They do. And my Spooter friend has gone away.
Aw.
Is okay. He'll be back.
Yeah.
He always comes back.
I really don't like debating people that have no problems with, oh, well, language evolves. Yeah, language does evolve, but that doesn't mean that you get to choose the definition of words to suit your whim at the moment.
Right.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Another cyanide and happiness that's just, wow. I did not see it going this way. Yeah, this one I'm not going to throw into the group chat. Sorry, guys. I don't want this going on record. Not happening.
Send it to me anyway.
Oh, I sent it to you guys. Yeah, of course.
Check it out after.
But yeah, we've been on here for about a little over 2 hours at this point. Thank you for joining us. I know we didn't really get into too much stuff there. Bexy just read it. You get why I said wow, right?
Yes, I do. Oh my god.
C just disappeared. Oh, C's back.
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
See what y'all.
And four, if you
you.
look in the Zoom chat, it's in there too. Both of them are.
Yeah, thank you for coming on for and saving us from,
No
2
problem.
hours of horrible jokes.
Joke.
That one was really good.
In such the worst possible ways. But our grammar was correct. Why me? Oh, and for everybody out there that are baseball fans, today is opening day. Welcome to the regular season. This season's actually going to count because it's not a shortened one. Last season doesn't count. Sorry, Dodgers did not win the World Series. They won I guess a participation trophy.
Oh god.
Yeah, they won the World Exhibition because it wasn't a fair and balanced schedule. There weren't enough games. No. Just no.
I might be going to a few games this year.
Before you leave?
Whenever that will be.
Yeah. Yeah, you have the Mariners up near you.
Yep, I've been to T-Mobile Park 3 times.
Of course,
I have many opportunities to go see the Rangers play. I just do not take them.
Went to see the Angels,
which is your team.
the Reds. Okay, I've been there twice.
Man, are you a Dodgers fan? Because I just got it last year, didn't count. Oh, no, she's, I think, on our side. Hashtag fight me. Or at least she's egging me on. Look, I'm a Giants fan. So, yeah, I can't... if there's any way that the Dodgers didn't win the World Series, I will take it.
I'm not a baseball person.
Last time the Angels won a World Series, they played the Giants.
Yeah, I know. And the last time the Giants won the World Series has been 3 times since the Angels won their last one. Just saying. I honestly to God thought I was going to die before I ever saw the Giants win one. So I'm pretty happy.
I might die before the Angels win one again.
Yeah, Mike Trout can't carry the team again.
Well,
Is it sad that the only thing I know about baseball I learned from movies about baseball? Like I would watch a movie about baseball. I love The Sandlot. I love Angels in the Outfield. I love A League of Their Own. Bull Durham. I will watch baseball movies. I just don't like to watch the actual
those
sport.
Padres though.
There's one baseball movie that is shamefully missing off of that list that you just gave. It
Major
has-
League.
Yes.
I watch it too.
Yeah, Major League. That's right.
I was going to say, it's the one with Charlie Sheen and Wesley Snipes.
I was like, you don't have to tell me that I lived in Ohio. That the team that was there was in Major League is like the Indians, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
so yeah, I definitely.
Oh,
But I prefer the kid genre of baseball movies because I love, like, The Sandlot is one of my favorite movies ever, and
you're killing me,
there's another-
Smalls.
Yes, there's another one. The one where the kid like breaks his arm and his tendon heals super tight. He could
Oh, it's like The Miracle or some shit like that.
Little Big League or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it that one?
I think that's Little Big League.
I don't know, but I love it when
Sandlot.
No.
I love The Sandlot.
The Natural.
Wait, no, the Little Big League was Young Boys bequeathed a baseball team.
A baseball team. Okay, then
Which one's the one with the broken arm?
Ah. I can see the kid. I can see him getting his cast off of his arm and like smacking the doctor.
Rookie of the
nose.
Year.
Rookie of the Year, yes.
Yep. When an accident miraculously gives a boy an incredibly powerful pitching arm.
I love that movie.
I had forgotten about the movie until he started talking. I was like, wait, I remember watching that movie. I loved it. And May got it for Rookie of the Year. She beat us to it. We just had to check the chat.
Yeah, well, this episode is chaos, and I just haven't even been in the chat that much.
Well, I have it up like the entire time anyway, so. Yeah. Bad News Bears.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, that's a classic.
Oh, yeah.
C has that look on like, okay.
Well, there are two versions of it, you know.
Well, it's like A Star is Born. How many freaking versions are there?
4.
Yeah, so I finally watched A Star is Born. I didn't know that there was a bunch of remakes. I saw the one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. I was like, hey, that was great. And then Bex was like, was it the Judy Garland one? Was it this one? Was it this one? I was like, wait, what?
I was like, did you watch Streisand? Did you watch Judy Garland? Did you watch, the Lady Gaga one makes the fourth time that movie's been remade.
I really like the Lady Gaga one. I don't know how it compares to the other ones, but I really like the Lady Gaga one. She can really act.
She really can.
Have you seen it, C?
I have not, but I heard it's good.
It
Nope.
really is. How about you, Four?
Nope.
It really is. Like, I don't care what your thoughts are about Lady Gaga's music and all that. This is her going more towards, like, because her roots, she's a jazz singer. But on this, she does country. And, dear God, she should do country. Like, seriously, she should do country. She's amazing at it. But, I mean, she's one of those ones that are so gifted she can do whatever. She does it well. I mean, she's done all that jazz stuff with Tony Bennett. So, yeah. Like the Christmas stuff. That was just, oh my God, that was amazing. So, let's see. Let's see what we're supposed to have next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to reach out to them and hope they respond. But I know that the week after for sure is in. This is... I will be so pissed if she backs out. Like, seriously. She's a really good friend of my son. Well, they were really good friends, and then my son got together with this one person, and they had a falling out. They're starting to patch things together again. It's the person that I talked down from suicide when they were, like, 16. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dear God. Did you happen to see the guest that you lined up that's coming up? Did you happen to notice that he's on Earth Day?
No.
Isn't that kind of fitting? In a twisted sort of way?
What date are you looking at?
April 22nd, Earth Day.
Ha! It is. Oh my god.
Right?
Just because of what he does? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, so we're going to have to get him to talk about what he does. See, you'll get caught up to speed. Don't worry. Seriously, we try to add you in on a lot of the chat stuff. Like, if you notice, we spend a lot more time, a pretty good chunk of time on our chat group. Is to get you up to speed, keep you in the loop. It's important.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some catching up you got to do.
Okay.
But anyway, again, thank you for coming on. C, thank you for joining the show and being a part of this. Bex, as always, thank you for being my ride or die.
Always.
For those of you in chat land and listening land, thank you for joining us again. Not sorry for all the bad jokes for the first 40 minutes or so.
No.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Not at all. It was fun. But if you made it through that, you actually got a decent episode out of this.
Yep.
May, oh my god, I've loved all this tonight. Have a good night, 4 and C.
Thank you. You too, May.
All right,
and everyone else out there.
My buzz.
All right, so until next week, I'm E.
I'm Bexy.
I'm C.
And there's... We'll catch you guys next week. That happened last week, too. Bye.